I'm pulling up my laptop. Hang on just a second. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kats Creations Live on Sunday, where tonight we're going to be making a silver angel tree wreath. This is weird. Why is it doing this? Overview. Just being challenging. There we go. Okay. So first of all, we're going to be using a 24-inch. I don't know what you call this. It's like an evergreen base, but it's white. So when I call it an evergreen base, I'm thinking it's green, but is it an ever white base? So it's just like a Christmas tree base, but it's all done in white. I got this from Joann's. So while you guys are joining, as you come in and say hi, I'm going to be fluffing this to make it look like the blooming onion from Outback Steakhouse. Something like that. We have to fluff it. So one thing most people fail to do is fluff. So I'm going to be using this as my base for the angel wings. So like I said, when you come in, say hi. Let me know where you're from. I like to know where everybody's from that's joining us on Sunday nights, wherever you're from. Yeah, if you want to get notified when I go live, like now, make sure you click the like and follow button on this page. That notifies you when I am going live. If you're on your mobile device and browsing, it should notify you. You have to go in here and remove my tag right there. So these are a really good deal at Joann's right now. If you don't have a Joann's near you, you can go to joanns.com and order these online. I think if you order more than $50, you qualify for free shipping. And they have some amazing deals on Deco Mesh that honestly you can't pass up. It's a really good deal on Deco Mesh. And then this is where I got the frames from. So I wanted some so that when we needed a white base, we could just use this. So I think all their deals right now is like 60% off. So this does have an upper and a lower to the frame, which is gonna feel just like it would a work frame wreath. So as you can see, it's got a very high a gap in here. But the fact that it is filled with all these tinsel ties, it's going to give us an opportunity to really create a very full look for our angel wings. Fluffing, fluffing.
I love the white form.
Yeah, isn't that weird? It's like, what do you call it? It's like an evergreen, but it's white. I don't even know what they called it on Joann's, unless it's just like a white evergreen wreath.
I'll just join in. Christina from Denton, Texas.
Hi, Christina.
Lupe from Corpus Christi, Texas.
Welcome, Lupe.
Hi, gals.
So you kind of want to fan everything to the outside, just like this. Plus, they sit in the boxes. This is how they come shipped, which kind of doesn't show you how full they really are until you get in and pull all these and fluff them all out.
So this is from Atlanta, Georgia. Carlene from New Orleans. Welcome, gals.
Welcome, ladies. Thank you for joining.
Joan is from Sunderland, Northeast UK.
Welcome.
She sent her alarm so she could watch live. It's 2 a.m. Oh,
wow.
awesome.
Thank you so much. Okay. So there we go. I'm just going to push these ones down so we have an open area here. So we are now going to take a fabric high foil. It's kind of high foil in the fact that it's every other one. So this is a fabric mesh, and this is from Craft Outlet, correct? Right, Steve? I'm thinking Craft Outlet mesh.
Yes.
So
you didn't put it on there, but yes, XB. So yeah.
yes. So these are 20-inch pieces. We're going to put 18 of these all the way around the form. So the form is going to be like a work frame with extra tinsel ties on it. So create a very elegant winter. So I'm going to try to pair this like we would if we were doing a regular Dollar Tree frame. So we're going to do some on the inside, some on the outside, and we're going to see where it goes. Now this deco mesh has to be cut with a rotary cutter because this contains natural fibers, meaning that where there is no silver, there is a white cotton thread going through this. So it's a little bit different. This is what's considered a fabric mesh. So I'm just going around, just open these like you would a regular work frame. Try to make them to where the ends match, like these, and open them all up so it's nice and pretty. Probably right here will be another one. Hoping to get 6 on the inside. I feel like it's going to be more like 5, but we'll see. So this is just a ruffle method. I'm using the finished edges and placing those towards the middle. It'll also fill up our middle as well.
That metallic silver is like every other one, right?
Yes. Yeah, it is. So we'll do one in here. There we go.
Welcome, gals. Hope you've had a good Sunday and weekend so far.
Last weekend before Thanksgiving and the official holiday season is here. Hard to believe it is almost like Christmas. Christmas is just around the corner. Okay, here's another one of those. And the reason why I chose to go with, so like it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might end up scooting this one over and giving it a little bit more room. The reason why I chose white is because when you take those silver wings and place them on top of here, I really want them to stand out like their own. Because these are what's called a filigree metal wings. So it makes it look like they're a folded set of wings.
The mesh is cut to 20 inches.
So we'll open this one, flip it. I'm going to take this one and just scoot it over a little bit because I did this one sideways. So I'm going to do this one straight in and straight to the bottom. This way it'll kind of fill up our hole in the middle, and it'll also kind of cascade down to the one below. And then this will leave an opening right here for another piece. So that gives us 6 on the inside, just like the 14-inch frame would. Here's that one. Go right in here. Trying to get these, one on either side, so I can use them like a tinsel tie. There we go. Make sure those just kind of fan out by themselves so they're not just stuck together. So there's our 6 on the inside. That creates a very full, it kind of ate away at the center. And now we're going to go to the outside ones. And we're going to try to squeeze 12 in. 12.
Hey gals, join in. Rita, thank you for sending 50 stars.
Thank you, Rita. I really appreciate it. So the stars, for those of you that are new on Facebook, the stars equate to 1 cent. And what I have been doing with my stars is we are fundraising in the month of November for Thanksgiving meals. So as of Thursday, because there is a gap in that, you know, Thanksgiving's over as of Thursday, whatever's left in November will roll into December. So this month we're doing help a family out for Thanksgiving to buy their own Thanksgiving meal for those who are struggling right now. And I'm sure there's quite a bit of people who could use a help for their Thanksgiving meal. And then I am matching whatever you guys donate exactly 100%. So, and then in December, which is AKA last week of November, and into December up to Christmas is helping a family out, like adopting a family for Christmas. Making sure that they have everything that they need, you know, to supply something for their family. And we just give the family who has been filtered through our church group to determine whether or not they're truly, you know, in need. They go for gift cards so that the parents can purchase the gifts for their kids rather than, you know, having a whole bunch of people buy stuff for them. This way they can still feel like they're a part of the whole Christmas season, which I think is really amazing to be able to do. So if you see those at the bottom, that's what you're donating to. So we're filling this, so we are using it just like a frame. So hopefully we see less of the evergreen, but that the evergreen also is, it gives some fullness to the fabric mesh. Okay, and I'm going to go right in here with this one. There we go. Okay. Has anyone ever used an evergreen for their base before?
Joan asked a question. So what do you do with the stars?
What do I do with the stars?
Yeah.
Every so often, Facebook will tell me how much money is raised as far as stars. So it's stars based on people who donate versus their laptop versus people who do it from a mobile. And it will tell me exactly how much money we raised from week to week. We withdraw that money, we match it 100%, and then we take it to our church and donate it for the support a family for Thanksgiving. They in turn will take and purchase turkeys or provide a needy family that has been vetted through the church system. And they can in turn take the gift cards and purchase whatever they need for their family meal.
So I'll thank you. Anna sent 100 stars. Rita sent another 50.
Thank you, guys.
Rosario sent 500.
Thank you so much.
And Rebecca sent 1,000.
Thank you so much, Rebecca.
Thank you,
I appreciate that.
And then Lisa sent 50 stars.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
Yeah, we always pick like a charitable cause. Kat picks a charitable cause. I think I picked one for next month. Right?
January.
January. Yeah.
January, yeah, because we always do adopt the family for Christmas. And we work really close with our church, which is Calvary Chapel of Chino Hills. So if you guys have seen me share Pastor Jack Hibbs' messages, today's was amazing on the history of the Pilgrims. So if you need a reminder.
Brian says yes, she uses a lot of them.
Okay.
Joseph, I've used an evergreen base in the green shade several times. She likes to use them.
Right? Who would have ever thought to use the white? So yeah. And I believe, what was it? We were just at church Wednesday and they said that they're donating the blankets to the homeless this week. Mm-hmm. So they're, all the people that they donate to are getting a new blanket, which is what we did fundraising for in the month of October, along with a Bible and something else, like a meal, a blanket, and the Bible. So I was like, that's so awesome. Okay, we have 4 more pieces. It looks like we're just gonna have exactly enough to match and fill this. But look at how incredibly full it is creating this base method for the angel wings. I've done this, not this particular design, but I've done an angel wing once before a long time ago. And I did it in gold and silver. But today, staying true to the theme of metallics, we're going with silver.
And the angel wings are from Craft Outlet.
And if you can't find them on Craft Outlet, go to the Wreath shop. I think I saw them come up in my newsfeed because I had listed Craft Outlet. And once you do stuff like that, it's crazy how you get all these little pop-up ads. But it showed that they had these in stock at the Wreath shop.
Thank you, Lisa. She sent another 200 stars.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Yeah, today's our final push.
Yeah, just so the white's pretty. Do you think that would work for the snowman wreath you made recently? Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
It really would. That would really work to fill the snowman because you have to work. You know, if you're doing it on the Dollar Tree frame, it's kind of flat. But then if you work on most elevated work frames, you know, you're trying to fill in these random gaps. But on something like this is the first time I've ever ordered the white evergreen.
Yeah, that'd be perfect, I think, with the snowman.
Yeah, look at how you could totally picture that. I think that would make an awesome one. And I bought 5 of these, so I think I'm gonna take my last snowman kit and make a snowman. And probably use the same mesh too, because I don't think you necessarily have to even use the snowball mesh with this. I think this mesh did a perfect job at filling everything. So this is 18 pieces, cut to 20 inch, and I ruffled all of it, and it has filled the entire base. So this, now, if we measure it from end to end, we're right at 25 inches, and we haven't even started with adding our stuff to the wreath.
That's really cool.
Yeah, very full, right? Okay, so let's start doing that. I have pre-cut all of my ribbons to save you guys from watching me cut all the ribbon. So we are doing 2 at 2.5 inches. So let me separate these. We have one that's just an all white with iridescent glitter on the edges. This is from, hold on a sec, Joann's.
Is it kind of like an ombre, how it kind of goes from one side to the other?
It's not really an ombre. I mean, you've got a little less dots on this side and a heavier dot on this side and then nothing in the middle. These are cut to 16-inch pieces. And then I have this sheer. You can't see it if I do it this way, but it's like a sheer with silver glitter dots all over it. And this was from Sam's Club a couple of years ago. Again, cut to 14-inch pieces. We are just going to do these around the outside. So we are folding them in half to find middle. Then we're going to pinch up. We're going to go right inside. We don't undo our tinsel ties, but we're going to take this. I like to fan them to the outside, just like that. And then we're going to go to the next one, which is here. So the fact that it worked out with 12 to the outside is perfect. Just like that. Fan to the outside. Because I'm trying not to take anything away from the angel wings, because I want those to basically be the focal point for this wreath. So we're just going to have little pops of subtle silvers, gray, aka silver, but sometimes it's just gray. this one? There we go. You can tell that the inside part of this ribbon is not very thick, but then again, neither is the ones with the dots. But silver is hard to find without it being Christmassy. And I wanted this to be not so Christmassy, like that you could use this for winter, you could use it for Christmas, you could use it for a christening, for a memorial, you know, anything that applies with the angel wings. You could take a small frame and add a small frame to the center to make this more personal. These will lay better once we get the heavier ribbon on top. Did you guys get a chance to see the rose gold wreath we just finished in the group before we went live here? It turned out amazing. I'm in love with the deco mesh that we used. Do one more.
Patricia, the mesh is from Craft Outlet.
It's a fabric mesh. Yes, that was a great idea. I never thought about using this for snowman base. It was just like one of those rare things that I knew I wanted to do an angel wing wreath. I knew we needed to do a metallic silver, but I wasn't like, do I use deco mesh? Should we try using a different base method?
Jen said she adored the rose gold wreath.
So pretty. Yep. I think I'm going to do this every year. We're going to do a metallic weekend. I liked having that challenge because it really, you can do so much if you know that's what you have planned. Let's flip one more piece right in the center. Okay, now we are going to use two different types of 1.5 inches. Let me show you what this looks like by itself. So it's got kind of a woven center, but then it's bordered by a thin silver on the outside. We are going to use these on the ones with the polka dots that you can't really see. And then we're also going to be using a silver solid glitter for that white to really pull the silver and the metallics into this design. Now this silver glitter was from Shinoda Design Center. That's its own wholesale website on the internet. And then the ones with the little mesh netting on the inside, this is from Sam's Club a couple years ago as well. So these are both cut to 18-inch pieces. We're going to do half bows, which are bring your wired edges together. You're going to come up about 2 inches from the top and pinch it in. So we're doing these on these, right? And you're going to give it 2 twists. And I put that in there. You're going to open up your loop. You have to right side one of your ribbon tails. And there you go. That's your half bow. So we're going to do those alternating all the way around the outside of our design. So this will add more of that silver sparkle to this design. And this is where I was saying it'll kind of help lay down on top of that ribbon that doesn't really have an awful lot to it. Just like that. Two twists. Open, twist. Okay.
Anna said Angel Wings out of stock at Craft Outlet. Try the Wreath shop.
Yeah, try the Wreath shop. I know I bought mine from Craft Outlet, but usually, like, there's only so many different vendors who house all the supplies. Like, it all comes from the same place, virtually, essentially. So you just kind of have to leapfrog to the most popular places until you eliminate it. You know, who has it. I think the Wreath shop had it in stock. Could be sold out though. I don't know how many they had. This just makes it so much easier. They have 10?
10.
So the Wreath
That's
shop.
Green, brown, antique green.
Yeah, so they have them in different colors. Okay, there's that. Couple more. Then we'll move on to creating our bow for this design. Trying to get into the center of that one. I really need to get down to Shinoda. I think it's going to be more along, like not the weekend of Black Friday. It might be the weekend after that. Who knows? If I can find the time. It's just going to be crazy busy everywhere you go right now.
Yeah, so the Wreath shop has the bronze one. Joan said, "Kat, do you ever do fresh Wreath tutorials publicly?"
You know, it's finding a source. I would if I could find a source that has the greens that would be fresh enough. But there's an awful lot of people who do them. It's just here in California, we don't really have a source that we could get fresh fir or pine from. But oh, I would so love to be able to do it. If I owned my own Christmas tree farm / Christmas tree shop, yes, I would.
Or even had a good hookup at a floral shop that could get you something.
Right. The problem is like, how long does it last? How long is it good for?
Yeah.
You know, working with fresh, it's difficult. Those would have to almost be locally sourced so that you're getting the true fresh.
So pretty.
Thank you. Last one to the outside. Okay. Right here. And see, we don't even have to cut off any of the ties because those all filter in perfectly. Okay, there we go. It's all complete. All the ribbons are done to the outside. So now let's make the bow. I take that, set that to the side. I am using my bow dabra. Let's see, we have our ribbon, our star ribbon. Then we are doing the glitter that we just used. Here's the other one. Can you tell? It's kind of slid off. Then we have the white with the snowflake on it. That's from Joann's. And then also another, this is just a metallic, but no glitter. It's more like a tinsel in a sense. And this is also from Sam's Club. So picking the way that I want these to fall, I think I almost want, it's going to kind of be challenging. I think I'm going to do them like this. So we have the sheer, the white, then we have the glitter, the metallic, the white, and I really want to finish it up with the netting on the outside. So I'm going to take these ones and set them aside. And we're going to work with the sheer first. Towel sheer it is. We're going to dovetail, which simply means take the wired edges and bring those together. Then from where the wired end is, that is your destination point. You are going to start on the fold and cut towards that point, or what I found is that left-handers can do it more easily if they cut from this way and go to the fold. Just remember, this is either your start or your finish. You're never going to go, how do people do it? They cut this way to this point, or they cut from their fold up to the folded side. If you do that, you wind up with a point. So always remember, this end down here is our starting point or end point. So, and depending upon how far up you come on your fold determines how deep that V is for you. So that's what it looks like if we've successfully completed it. And we're going to go 10 inches in. We're going to gather it and we're going to twist it. And then we are placing that right down the center of our bow dabra. Now, if you've had it for a while, it may be wearing. It might be time for you to get another one. I've had this one for 4+ years. I haven't changed it yet. So we're still going good, going strong.
Yeah, she does have a backup.
I do have a backup.
Justin, I'm so excited. I just checked and her Joann's has the evergreen white wreaths.
Yes.
So she's going to go do the curbside pickup.
Awesome. Good for you. And then, like I said, and their deco mesh, watch the length on the deco mesh, but their deco mesh for their metallics are amazing. Highly, highly recommend them. It's like $3.99 a roll for a 30-foot roll. And they have it in silver and green and gold and white. So highly, highly recommend if you're looking for great quality deco mesh and remember, we're not just shopping for Christmas now. We are also like the green, perfect for St. Patrick's Day.
Did you stock up?
Yes, I did. The rose gold would be perfect for Mother's Day. It'd also make for really nice vintage Valentine's Day. The red, not just for Christmas, but think ahead to Valentine's Day. So, and it's also great. The white, the red, the silver's perfect for 4th of July. So always be thinking outside of, it's not just Christmas mesh, it's not just Christmas ribbon. Could this be used for other holidays? It really changes how you purchase your supplies. So we're going to do this one here. And the loop size that I did on the first one, cut that one a little too odd. The loop size here is 5.5 inches. Here we're measuring tail length at 9.5 inches. We always do the twist. Place it inside your bow maker. Then it's just a habit I've gotten into. I just turn my bow dabra so I'm always working off the left side. And this time we're measuring 5-inch loops. So right about there. 5-inch loop here. I just usually eyeball it, but then always come back and remeasure. That's what gives you a really good looking bow, is knowing that your loop sizes and your tail lengths are all the same. You know, depending upon whatever you're doing. You don't have one loop that's larger than the other. Stick these in there. This one's done. Okay, got that one finished. And then I said we were doing the metallic. So this is a sheer metallic. So we are going in, doing our dovetail. This one is going to be 9 inches in, and 4.5 inches is our loop size. So bringing it up, down, let's measure that. Yeah, I was gonna say it felt a little on the large side. There's 4.5. 4.5 again. Let's see, did I get any better? Yeah, 4.5. And then out to 9. How many of you guys got plans next weekend? You guys gonna be home? Are you traveling? Are you shopping? What are you doing? Let's see if this will go back to the way it was. There we go. And now we'll do our glitter, because one can never have enough glitter.
Oh yes, one can.
We can?
Have too much glitter? Yeah.
Have too much glitter? Oh, that's true. I actually had one that dumped an entire pile of glitter on my floor. 'Tis the season to be glittery. So this one's also going to be 4.5 inches for the loop length and 8.5 inches for the tail length. So because we already have the one below it at 4.5 inches, if we put our fingers in them, you can kind of pull the top one, but then you still got to measure out your tail length. And get it right there. 8.5. Yes, this becomes the time of year when I can't get glitter out of my kitchen tiles, because it really likes to stay in there. The floor. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to do our white with our snowflakes.
Christina, that's awesome. Said our baby daughter was getting married on Saturday.
Oh, what a nice way to celebrate.
Marilee said I'll be working on wreaths. I have a huge craft show next weekend.
Great job.
Good luck. Hope you sell out.
Yeah, I really do. I hope you sell everything. I think that's what we always want to do. So this next one is 8 inches is the tail length and 4 inches is the loop size. Let's bring that in. This will bring some of the white and the silver back in. Always measure. And back out to 8 inches. I'm not looking forward to this weekend because we're supposed to get 80-degree weather here in California, which is not normal. This late in the year, we should be having fall-like weather, which, okay, high 60s would be California typical weather. So it's definitely not feeling very Christmas-y. But don't forget, I will be here with you guys all weekend. I will be here on Friday. We might even do Black Friday giveaways. Might do something fun. I think we will.
Karen, it's a white with silver metallic foil in it, and it's a fabric mesh from
Craft Outlet.
Craft Outlet.
So the last ribbon length is 7.5 inches. And then we're doing 3.5 inch loops. So there we go. And here we go. Let's bring that one in. Okay. And out to 7.5. Okay. Fold. Cut.
Hi Richard, hi Gail is just joining.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming and joining.
Rita asked if you got her email.
I haven't checked my email yet. I've actually been playing catch up on all the stuff that I didn't do last weekend because I was with my brother decorating his house for Christmas because he had a friend come in from out of town. He wanted it all Christmassy. So inside outside for 4 days. Yeah, I was busy.
Rita said she'll take our 80-degree weather anytime. She's in Ohio and it's in the 20s.
I'll trade you. I'll bottle it up, send it to you. So put our pipe cleaner in. We're twisting the stack because it's so much easier on your hands. Okay, I'm gonna get my fluff board, aka cutting board, which is now gonna start to sparkle. So I just find this is beneficial for fluffing because I like to be able to spread everything out, but I don't want it to move. Now, this still allows some movement, but it doesn't allow me to slide it in and out off the cutting board. So just taking that C-hook, sliding my pipe cleaner, which can sometimes be a pain, depending upon how tight I did it. And this one I actually did really tight, which is odd. Usually there's some play, there we go, in there. So now it holds it. It just goes left and right, but not top and bottom. So I can mess with the ribbon. I can fluff it. I can pull it pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate. Now, if you don't have a cutting board or you don't want to spend the money on the cutting board, go to your home improvement centers. 25 or 24 by 24 by 1 inch thick lumber is generally already pre-cut. Pick up 1.5 inches to a 2-inch C-hook. You just screw right down into the center of the board and boom. You have a fluff board that allows you to really work the ribbon. Now my members say that's a life-changing thing for them. Like having this set up has changed how they make their bows. So if you struggle, it might be worth it. You're not really losing anything by doing it. And then you store it next to your fridge like you would your cutting board or wherever you store a cutting board. So to fluff, you're always going to pull your tail in one direction and your loop in one direction. Whatever direction you start at, you're going to do the opposite. So we have the tail to the left, loop to the right. Go over to the other side, which means other end. We are going to take our tail, move our tail to the right, and the loop to the left. So the way you guys can see it, we have tails directly opposite, loops directly opposite, and so you just keep working your way down. So this time we're going to take our tail, pull our tail to the right, and our loop stays on the left. Back over to the other side. We're taking our tail out to whatever it wants to lay flat, and our loop to the right, so that things are staggered. So it's alternating the loop types, or the tail types, and then the loops. We have like the sheer and then the non-sheer. And so you keep doing that all the way down. Now, if you want to change up the order on what comes next, it's fine. So like right here, we have the loop to the left. If you'd rather take this and put this on the left, that's fine. Just remember when you go over to the other side, do it opposite so they're not on the same side. So I'm going to let this keep going. So I'm just following this loop to the right, tail to the left, going over. My tail is going to go to the right. My loop is going to the left. Working here, loop to the left, tail to the right, loop to the right, tail to the left. Get that over there, put our loop back where it belongs. Here we are with this. We're doing tail to the right, or tail to the left, loop to the right. I'm just making sure that all of my points are coming out, nothing's folded underneath. Doing these opposite. And then finally, take this, and we're pulling this way, and this is going to go this way. Now the fluffing begins. So you start with your loops on the top, open them and like pull. You don't want them like folded. You don't want them half with like little wrinkles. Pull them so they're nice and stiff, so they look like they're standing at attention. You're going to do the same with your other ribbon, just like this. I'm going to grab this one, take this one, flip it up, flip that out. I'm going to take you and put you back where the tails are supposed to go. I'm going to open this one, and then open this one. So really work your bow whichever way you want to see your colors come through. This one, why is this tail way over here? This tail's supposed to be over here. There we go. Sometimes the tails just don't want to stay where they're supposed to go. And then if you want to put your arcs back in them, you know, just to pretend your fingers are scissors, and just pull and through your fingers. This one will be a little challenging since it's so close to the board, but you can do it. Poor little ribbon. It just shows no life. So there you go. There is your bow. It's all set, ready to just be placed right on top of that wreath. Take it off the same way you put it on. And then this gets stored away. And now we get ready to find a home for everything. So, the angel wings, we can have them sit in here, and we can have our bow over here, which I'm kind of leaning towards, kind of like that. Or we can do it opposite, which is have our angel wings here and have your bow go opposite. So I'm kind of liking, just for me, preference wise, I kind of like it going this direction with my bow here and having the tails just kind of frame the end and have the loops just barely touching the angel wings, because these are our star. This is what we're trying to keep, you know, as our focal point. So I am going to secure my wings first where I want them to go. So I'm using 22 gauge floral wire. I probably use way more than I should, but I'd rather have more than enough than not enough. We're going to do it at the top, right between the wings, and at the bottom where the tip of the wings is. So, nicely, they have a hanger already placed here for us to put one of our hangers through. So I'm going to go ahead and put my floral wire in there. Make sure it's pretty even. Make sure it's right on the center of that little hook. Building it from our back. Okay. And then this is where your metal hole punch comes in handy. We are going to, I have to look and see which one I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put it down here in this one. So I'm going to punch a hole in the very bottom part of my angel wing with your Beadsmith 1.5 millimeter metal hole punch. It works great for anything like this, where you're like, oh, I guess I can only put my hanger at the top. No. As long as your metal that you're going through is fairly thin, you should be able to secure that to the back of your frame. Okay, so now we get to secure this down to the frame. So right here, I'm going to take my angel tips, go all the way down. This is where floral wire is definitely key, because trying to take a pipe cleaner through fabric mesh can be a bit on the challenging side. So, get this one down, not too.
The angel wing, just don't crop that little reach up. A couple guys have already checked. Didn't show them how, so you'll have to shop around. They're 14 inch by 12 inch.
So there's that one. This one we're going to tuck at the top. So this is where having, knowing where your frame is. Remember on this one we have the frame on the top and we have the frame on the bottom. So this is going to house that perfectly. Okay, now we need to feather that just a touch so that it doesn't look so harsh, like we just plop that right on top of our Decor mesh, which is technically what we've done. But this is where you get to gingerly pull your Decor mesh out from around your frame. And we're going to feather this. Got it down here. We don't want to see the tinsel ties. I'd rather see the mesh that we put in there.
This is your first time watching. I'm learning a lot. Thank you.
Who's this?
Melissa. Right?
Thank you, Melissa.
Wally said that's beautiful on first time watching.
Thanks, Wally. Where are you from? Okay. I'll pull this up because I hate seeing loose threads. It just really bothers. Okay. So remember, this is going this way, so let's put our bow on so we can continue to fluff. So our bow, once we've established where our pipe cleaners are, is going to kind of sit. Trying to figure out the way I had it, just like this. Okay. Right.
From Texas.
From Texas? Yep. Nice. Thank you for joining. Now we have to play. How many attempts will it be to get through the fabric mesh to the frame? Right. Actually, not that bad. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this one down. Not too far because we don't want to collapse our bow. But we need to fluff. Trying to get my loops fluffed so that they lay where I want them to stay. Like this one. Why do you have to be so challenging? Okay. I'm gonna flip this up. Pull this one up. This one. Let me grab.
So it's a looking totally awesome cat.
Thanks, Joan. Okay, there we go. So now we need to embellish a little bit around our wings and around the outside. So I have a couple ideas, a couple options. See, I hate that. I hate seeing that last little thready piece. I'm gonna take these, kind of tuck some of those down. Some I don't mind seeing, but when you see a handful of them, I'm like, not a fan. This we can definitely use. So pulling all our ribbon tails down where they should be, which is down here. And then we can kind of fan them out. There we go. Sometimes it just needs a little coaching. Okay.
And Marie, look at the very bottom pinned quote or statement. Angel wings are from Craft Outlet or the Wreath Shop, but you might have to try to search around for just metallic angel wings.
Okay, so here's my embellishments. So because I can't find something that works for me, sometimes you have to take things apart, like these, and manufacture your own. So I have ones that are like silver, like this is really super pretty, but I also want to incorporate some of these along with the little crystals. So if you watched me, did we do it? Yeah, I think it was Friday night. You guys saw that I just sit here and I pull these down so they're by themselves, right? Oops. We're gonna do the same here. Grab one of these ones. I pulled that one off. There we go. So now I'm going to take them and I'm going to manufacture my own little balls. So let me twist these three because they're the bigger. So we're just going to twist them around. We'll add this one to the midst. A lot of times I can't find exactly what I want. So I'm going to snip those off. And we are going to take these and we're going to place these little bead bundles periodically around the wreath. So, I thought I brought another glue stick out. I probably did. I'll find out later. So I'm going to take my little bundles. I'm going to put a dab of glue at the bottom. And then I'm tucking these right up under my little tinsel. So we have these beautiful little beaded pieces of like what I imagine should go underneath there, but that don't exist. So you have to kind of make your own. So taking a light, taking a dark, grabbing another one here, twist the three. Then I just separate another one of these. Now these came from Michael's or Hobby Lobby, depends on where you go. This one that I'm playing with right now is from Michael's, but it was a couple years ago. But don't be afraid that if nothing exists that you cannot make something of your own. See, See, and we're just adding those little small embellished touches around the design to keep it simple but elegant. This time I'll use white, have one up here that is clear, pull down a light, pull down, well, that one went too short, dark. Let's see if we can grab another one of these. There we go. 3 different colors. Twist them all together. Then add a small little touch of white or clear, whatever you prefer.
Bridget and Carolyn, those angel wings are like their own kind of sign. It comes just like that. You can find them at Craft Outlet or the Wreath Shop, but they might be out. So try some other online vendors. They just type in 10 angel wings and see what you see.
Love using silicone mats because it just makes everything so much easier. What do you guys think of those little subtle touches? I'm going to do one over here. Dark gray. Light. Like so. Kind of put them in a little triad, and then they are easier to twist because you just twist the little balls at the top and then the rest of the wire at the bottom kind of follows suit. And then if you have the one, that's super easy. You just twist it around the other ones. Cut off all your excess and then glue it. We are over here placing that right inside our little tinsel tie. So we have like a little beaded bundle. And we have one more, 2 more. Okay. Light, dark. Let's take one of these.
So the little bunches of bubbles really make the wreath pop cat beautiful.
Yeah, because I try not to go way over crazy. Oops, let's pull these ones down.
Yes, this will automatically go up for replay as soon as we're done on her Facebook page. And then we'll upload the video also to YouTube later tonight.
There's that.
Oh, hi Laura. She sent 50 stars. Thank you, Laura.
Thanks, Laura.
Friend Laura.
Thanks, hold on.
Hope you guys are doing well.
So there's that. Tuck our little bundle in. There we go. Okay. Here is the last bundle we're doing. So 1, 2, let's grab one of these. Always got to make sure you have 3. So twist. And we'll add one of these. The little white crystal. Snip them. Try to make sure that I get the glue all over both sides because it will help hold the bundle together. So it shouldn't separate because they've been twisted together really, really well. Let me push these to the side. Up in here, I want to add a little bit bigger bundles, but because this requires bigger bundles.
Bridget said that's absolutely beautiful.
Thanks, Bridget. We're gonna also, I forgot we need to do one inside our bow. A small little bundle. But these, we're just making a bigger bundle. So I'm using, I think these are called, I want to say they're 20 centimeter bundles. So we'll see if this works. Okay, let's try to get this to twist together. There we go. We'll try snipping this, see what happens in our baby bundles. These are going to kind of go in their own little bundles, but a little bit closer to our wreath. So in here, we're doing the exact same thing. Oops. We are going to glue our bundles together. We're going to flip those upside down. We're going to attach those in there. So there's one. So there's one. We're going to come down here and add another bundle. And then one on the other side. So these little balls that I'm playing with here, these were from Joann's this year. They came in a little container like this. So it's like $14.99, but I know Joann's is having like 60% off. So you might want to run down and pick those up. And then they make for the perfect little embellishment. Ooh, see, that's the downside some of those have, is that they pop off their little stems, which is why I glue them in the center. They have a tendency of wanting to come undone. You don't want that to happen. So these ones.
Thank you, Rita. She said the private grid is awesome. I love it. Oh, it's not expensive either. No. $17 a month.
Ooh, let's get this guy under. I don't want to burn. I wanted him up on the top. And then we're going to put one right in here. And then we're going to make a baby bundle for our wreath and or for a bow. And then we'll be done. So I'm just like randomly picking what do I want. Like this one was flat, a glitter white, a glitter silver. So we'll go with that because they're kind of far apart. So there's that. Glitter silver and solid gray. Oops. Snip that off so the little bundle fest stays together. There we go. Trying to make sure they stay together until they get down in there. Like so. So soft little baby bundles, just enough. And then we will use the last one. We'll make another one of these. So that one. Let's take a lighter and let's go with, let's go with crystal. for the inside. There we go. Make sure that paper's not on there. Okay, 3 together. Put our white in the center, all the way around. Go below. Don't want to burn myself as the glue runs off the side. Let me go rinse the glitter off my fingers.
Just fabulous, just gorgeous.
Big bundle. Oops.
This wreath is stunning.
And right in the center. Just like that. So this is something that, like I said, you could, if you were doing it as a memorial, you know, for somebody you've lost this year that you won't be celebrating the holidays with, you could put in a small framed photo into the wreath and then allow that to hang up in your home as a way of celebrating their memory. This could go on a graveside, have that purchased for that reason.
Yeah, even if you just want to have a wreath with like the angels watching over you for your baby.
Yeah, that's why I said this is a perfect christening, new baby birth. Trying to get rid of all this debris. There's that. So you guys should be able to see the whole thing. So completed, depends on how you're measuring it. I'm going to measure it at the farthest width. We're looking at about 26 inches for this one, since it sits on a 24-inch evergreen to begin with, or white green as we called it earlier, because it's an evergreen frame but white. There you guys have it. We're complete. Everything is done. Do you guys have any questions at all that I could answer for you?
You make such beautiful wreaths.
Thanks, Rita. Okay. Well, I will get a picture of this first thing tomorrow morning because I really love getting that natural light photo. I'll take a regular photo tonight of this one so you can at least see what it looks like up on a door for size comparison. But I thank you guys for joining me. If you guys would like information on joining my private group, just go to KatsCreationsNMore.com. The very first link you come to is all about the private group. You can read about all the benefits you get, and you can also sign up there for either monthly or yearly rate. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining me, and have an amazing week. And I will talk to you guys next week, Friday. Bye, everyone. Have a happy Thanksgiving.